everyone, welcome back again to my kitchen. If you are a new subscriber, you are most definitely welcome, and if you are an old subscriber, thank you very much for coming back. So today I'm going to be making a very staple Igbo dish. If you are from Owerri, I'm going to be making Ofe Owerri. So I have already gone ahead and started prep for my soup. Right here I have my fish, my dry fish that's soaking. In here I have my goat meat. So how I clean my goat meat is I soak it with lemon inside hot water. Over here I have my beef tripe. I already started cleaning it after soaking it in hot water for a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and clean all this, get everything ready, and then we'll get right into cooking. Alright guys, I'm done prepping my meat, my fish and everything, so I'm just going to show you guys what I have. I'm going to start from the back. So over here I have my cocoyam that I use for thickening the soup. Of course I have my red oil. In this, my little mortar and pestle, I went ahead and pounded my crayfish, but then I added some pepper inside when I pounded it just to make it taste a lot better. I have my stockfish, of course. I have cow skin. I have Okazi over here, Okazi leaf. It was dry, so I had to soak it in water for a little bit before washing it. I used kale instead of ugu just because I can't get ugu, of course, in America, so I use kale. I have my already washed dry fish here. I have my goat meat that's already cooked, and I have my shaki, aka beef tripe. And then in here I have my bouillon cubes, my knorr and my star, and of course I have my salt. I don't use any other spices when I'm making Ofe Owerri. I just use salt and bouillon cubes. So let's get right into cooking. Alright guys, so I already put my meat, my dry fish, my stockfish in the pot, and as you can see it has started boiling. So the first thing I'm going to add is half a cup of red oil. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn my red oil in. This red oil is really good. I got it from the African store, so it's really good, and it makes your food look exactly like the local Ofe Owerri. After adding my red oil, I'm just going to stir it a little bit before adding my already boiled and pounded cocoyam. So I'm only going to be using half of this because I think this is too much. The soup I'm making is serving size for about 4. I'm not really making a lot of soup, so I'm just going to put half of that cocoyam. Alright, I'm going to give this a good stir, and I'm going to just let it simmer for 2 minutes, like 2 to 3 minutes, and then I'll be back to add in other things. So the soup has been boiling for about 3 minutes. I'm just going to go ahead and turn it and see how thick it has gotten. So as you can see, the cocoyam is doing its job. The soup is getting pretty thick. So next I'm going to go ahead and add in my crayfish, salt, and some bouillon cubes for taste. So this is my crayfish that I pounded with some fresh Habanero peppers. So I'm just going to add in all this crayfish. I'm just going to add some salt. I know the ancestors are watching, so I'm just going to add some salt and gauge it with my eyes. I think that's enough, and I am going to add my knorr cubes. The cubes are pretty hard, so I'm not going to be able to crush them, so I'm just going to drop it in and give it a good stir. And I'm also going to turn the fire down a little bit just so the soup can boil properly. I forgot to mention that I didn't add in my cow skin because I don't like when it's a little bit too soft, so I just leave it out for a little bit and add it in later. So I'm going to let this boil for about 5 minutes and I'll be right back. Alright guys, my soup is almost ready, and I left it to boil for about 15 minutes so we can get thick. I also added in my cow skin, and this soup is looking so good. All right, I'm going to just add in my Okazi and my kale, leave the soup to steam for a little bit, and the soup is ready. All right, just gonna spread it about because I don't want the vegetable to like to be thick in one spot. So I'm just gonna add that's the kale, and then this is the Okazi. Okay, I'm going to just turn this around. Oh, this soup looks really good, and it smells good too. I wish you guys can be here to taste this goodness. It tastes really good. All right guys, so my Ofe Owerri is ready, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover the pot and turn off the fire to just let it steam for a little bit, because you don't want to boil your vegetables. If not, you're going to lose all the nutrients and it's not going to taste good. So I'm just going to leave this for like 2 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and serve my food. Guys, I am all done cooking, and I went ahead and I made myself some Garri, well, eba, and this is how the final product of the soup looks. I have all those obstruction in the soup, so I'm going to go ahead and taste this food so I can tell you guys how it tastes. Really good. Okay. Let's see. Let me move all these things around. Taste this soup. Guys, I wish you guys can try this soup. It tastes really good. Really good. Let me just take some meat from up front. The soup is still really hot. The soup is good. All right guys, let me go ahead and finish eating my food, but don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe and share, and I'll see you in my next one.